What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Hope all is well. If y'all know or if y'all don't know, I just started the Peace and Prosperity Foundation. I'm saying it's just about doing the right thing, giving back, living righteous. Going about it the right way, of course. Not putting nobody to shame who's in an unfortunate situation. But that being said, I just went through some old clothes. We're going to pass them out today. Matter of fact, we're going to pass them out. We're just going to drop it off at one of them, resources or whatever the case may be. Here we go, man. Jeans, whatever else. Just trying to inspire y'all to do a little more for your community, give back a little bit,
Just hours ago, the medical examiner's office confirmed the identity of a man who was found inside a burned car on Cleveland's east side. The body was identified as 34-year-old Lucian Sheppard of Cleveland. The ME says Sheppard's body was found inside the trunk of an SUV on East 138th Place early Saturday morning. Cleveland's homicide unit is now investigating this case.
Through the course of one man's journey and experiences in life, he knew that the future was brighter ahead. From a troubled adolescence to spending 5 years behind bars, 34-year-old Lucian Sheppard knew that he had to change for the better. Before getting out of jail December 28, 2019, he recalled cold, lonely nights staring at the cell walls, feeling lost because he started doubting his ability to succeed. However, in those moments, he knew that he had to redirect his thoughts and focus. So he set up a plan in place to reinvent himself in order to become greater outside the jail walls. His struggles early on in life ended up bringing out the best in him, and he was determined to conquer all his obstacles. Lucian also believed that idle time was vital time to truly self-reflect, introduce your old self to the new greater you. The man came out of jail, hitting the ground running, and never looked back. Success was one of his greatest accomplishments, and he had found the key to it. He surely became the prime example of defeating all the odds and turned his wisdom into power. Regardless of all the mountains he moved, though, it appeared that the mountain of jealousy would come and destroy his whole life. Lucian Neiman Sheppard was born May 17, 1990, and his mother named him after the famous Italian-born gangster Charles Lucky Luciano, and his father gave him the middle name Neiman after the clothing store. He was from Ravenna, Ohio, a small town outside of Akron, Ohio, and was in and out of the juvenile system from the age of 13. Luciano expressed that growing up in poverty would lead him down the wrong path to financial gain, which led him to ultimately serving some jail time. However, he was definitely different and set apart because he knew that as a man, he did not want to ever come back and serve time. He used his 5 years for good and came out a better man and was much wiser, and his focus was now directed on making money the legal way. He began investing plus setting a plan in place to write a book. Luciano also became a philanthropist and CEO, creating not one but two nonprofit organizations, Peace and Prosperity LLC and Miles Away LLC. Both focused on spreading positivity and helping those who were incarcerated. He also loved working with the youth and the underprivileged and wanted to give back as much as he could. Luciano's mission was to help others by uplifting them through kind gestures, past experiences, and his words. He literally became a model citizen, plus more, and now the law was helping him instead of arresting him. Everything was coming full circle, as he had so many other plans in place for his future. In under 2 years of being out of jail, he accomplished so much and officially released his book, The Man Who Moved a Mountain, on October 1st, 2021. He and all who knew what he had conquered in life were so proud of him, and he had no plans of stopping his climb to the top. Lucian wholeheartedly believed that the only limitations are the limitations we place on ourselves, and that we were built to move mountains. No matter if he was giving away school supplies, doing speaking engagements, or giving out food, he was building a better future for tomorrow. Nothing came easy and nothing came overnight. He had a purpose to fill and took the right path. As a part of being great in life, oftentimes there may be a person or more who want what you have and will do anything to be in your shoes. Sadly, some will go as far as taking your life if they can't reach your goals or get on that same level of success. This is what appears to have happened to this successful entrepreneur. Even though Lucian was from Ohio, he was currently living in Boca Raton, Florida, with his wife and had traveled to Cleveland to gain his CDL license in September of 2024. Tragically, he would never make it back to Florida after the unthinkable took place one night in the streets of Cleveland. On September 28, 2024, just after 2 a.m., authorities revealed that firefighters responded to a car fire in the area of Aspinwall Avenue and East 138th Street in Cleveland. Upon arrival, fire officials found a burned-up sports utility vehicle with a body inside the trunk. Homicide detectives were then called to the scene, and it appeared that the male victim was shot in his head and chest. The victim will be later identified as 34-year-old Lucian Sheppard, and authorities believe whoever did it was trying to destroy all the evidence. During further investigation, Cleveland police detectives believe that Lucian was shot while driving in the area of East 100 and St. Clair Avenue. At the time of this recording, the case still remains under investigation, and there is still no suspect or suspects that have been caught. Crime Stoppers in Cleveland are offering a $5,000 reward for information that could help solve this horrifying case. That number is 216-252-7463 if you have any tips.
There is now a reward for information to help solve a disturbing case here in Northeast Ohio. And this man, family of this gentleman, wanting justice for their loved one.
It's a puzzling crime that haunts a Northeast Ohio family. A man who is a published author and ran a nonprofit found he had been shot and his body found in a burning car. 34-year-old Lucian Sheppard of Ravenna. His body found by Cleveland firefighters on September 28th in a burning car on East 138th Place and Aspinwall Avenue. Detectives say Lucian was shot while driving in the area of East 100th Street and St. Clair Avenue in the city. It's likely his body was burned to destroy evidence. His mother, Ursula Kalin, tells me she's devastated over her son's death and says there's no closure without answers. In a statement, she tells 19 News, "I just want to know why. Why did this happen? Why did he deserve this? As a mother, I just want to know why. We couldn't even have an open casket because he was too badly burned." His wife, Jade Sheppard, says he was loved by everyone and was in Cleveland to get his CDL license, and the reality that he's now gone, still unreal. Lucian's nonprofit, Peace and Prosperity, LLC, was a way to help troubled youth and spread positivity.
There was definitely not a worse person that this could have happened to. Whoever took his life, I'm sure he would have helped and may have done just that when tragedy struck. Lucian's body was said to be so charred that the family could not even identify him by face, but only through one of the many tattoos he had. This man's life should have never ended the way it did, and his life was a complete 180 from his younger years. He was truly leading by example and was described as so intelligent, determined, and thoughtful. One of the many things he spoke about before his life was senselessly cut short was how he wanted to be remembered. He spoke about his time in jail and said, "During that time away, I reflected on what I felt my God-given purpose was and what steps I needed to take in order to fulfill it. Although these answers didn't come overnight, and truth be told, I'm still searching. I knew for certain when my life is finished, I wanted to be remembered for the sake of good and nothing else. So I hope and pray that all who love and care for him keep the good he did alive, and that his life be an example of the good he brought to others. My thoughts and prayers are definitely with his family and children, and I pray that full justice will be served sooner than later. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that he was set up by someone who was jealous of his success? His life definitely mattered, and he should still be alive. If you know something in this case, please say something. His family deserves justice. Also, please don't forget to comment your prayers for this family in their difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.